Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to recap my first of two college basketball matchups here tonight. First one I'm going to talk about is number 2 Iowa State beating number 9 Kansas 74-57. Dominant performance by the Iowa State Cyclones. Man, I think this team's going to be one of the favorites to win the national championship. You see, when you think of Iowa State, you think defense. Well, they're not just a defensive team now. They have guys on offense. It's not just a defensive team now. They have guys on offense. Like, they're good defenders, and they're good offensive players as well on this team. They outscored them 40-30 in the first half and then 34-27 in the second half. Kansas offense really struggled tonight. They had 17 turnovers. I mean, Iowa State had 13 turnovers, but they only turned it over like 3 or 4 times in the second half. Kansas just, I don't know what to say more about Kansas, man. Like, this team is just terrible offensively. Defensively, I didn't think they were that bad, but they had 8 of 13 from 3 from Iowa State, 61.5%. Iowa State was kind of hot from 3. They didn't take many of them, but the open ones they made. Both teams shot 40.7% from the floor. Iowa State kind of pulled away late in the final few minutes. Was finally able to pull away. They were 18-25 from the free throw line, 72%. They just dominated everywhere except from field goal percentage. Other than that, I thought they really dominated the game. They had like 20-something points off turnovers. Kansas had a lot of live ball turnovers. They really didn't shoot their free throws well. They just didn't really do anything well tonight, it felt like. Besides maybe defensively. Maybe. But Iowa State's got 3-point shooters. They got guys that can defend. They got guys that can make free throws. They dominated on rebounds tonight, 48-36, 18-12 offensive, 30-24 defensive. They had 11 steals. They forced 17 turnovers, had about 20-something points off those. 8 of 13, 61% from 3. Kansas, 4 of 11 from the free throw line. If you're going to get 11 free throws, you better make 11 shots to at least give yourself a shot, and they did. 4 of 11, 36%. They shot 5 of 16 from 3, 31.3%. They had a few open looks that didn't go down. They shot same percentage from the field as Iowa State, 40.7%, but when you're turning the ball over 17 times, 20-something points off turnovers, you're not nailing your threes. One team's 8, then the other team 8 of 13, 61.5%. You're not going to win. And this Iowa State team, there's a reason for they've got now 12 straight wins, and their only loss is to Auburn. This team's good. This team's legit. Kansas, I don't really know what more to say about them. Like, is their offense worse than last year? Like, it's kind of a question. Like, is their offense worse than last year? Maybe, but that's kind of just the thing. Is Iowa State's defense is really good, and they have a really good defense. Curtis Jones had 20 points at halftime. That dude was making every 3. It felt like. Great game from Curtis Jones, man. 25 points, 6 rebounds from Curtis Jones. He made a logo 3, I believe, in this game as well. He was fantastic, was Curtis Jones. Deshaun Jackson, man, as well. 17 points, 4 rebounds. I believe he played 20 minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes. But he was great. Made some free throws there at the end to put this game to a big deficit. That dude's just bring 20 good minutes off the bench, man. He's really good. They just have so many, like, really good energy guys. Lipsy, 10 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds for Taman Lipsy. Keyshawn Gilbert, 7 points, 8 assists. I think he averages 16 a game. Only had 7 points, and they still won by 14. Or 17, wait. No, they did win by 17. Excuse me, 17 points, yeah. Joshua Jefferson, 10 points, 3 assists, 12 rebounds for the transfer from St. Mary's. Brandon Chatfield, 4 points, 1 assist, 2 rebounds for Chatfield. Heisey had 3 rebounds. Demarion Watson had 5 rebounds, and He played some good minutes, I thought, for Iowa State. They had 4 guys in double figures, led by Curtis Jones, obviously. But Deshaun Jackson, I thought, was really good. But Curtis Jones, man, all those threes. Iowa State's now 15-1. It's hard to win at Iowa State, man. Like, it's just hard to win there. Hunter Dickinson had an awful night. Would have been 10 out of 10 if he fouled out. I just don't know what to think about this Kansas team. Like, I don't know what Bill Self can do with this offense. Like, his guard isn't a great shooter. So, I don't know what you do for Bill Self. Leading scorer, Zeke Mayo, 17 points for Mayo. I don't know why David Coit was in it instead of Zeke Mayo closing the game. I don't know. The Jayhawks try to make it interesting in the second half. They close it to like a 5-point lead, but they just can never really get closer, man. Like any other player named Zeke Mayo, yeah, man, like, they just can't really shoot that good at all. So, tough loss for Kansas, but 17 points, and is that the only guy in double figures? Yes, there's the only guy in double figures for them. I mean, I wouldn't say they dominated, but they really kind of just pulled away late. I wouldn't say they dominated, because Kansas kept the game in reach, but then they delivered the kill. But then Iowa State delivered the kill shot. So, I mean, it was closer than the final score says, but Iowa State still wins this game regardless. And both teams were 24-59 from the field, and they still found a way to lose by 17 points. That's what happens when you turn the ball over, and you get Hunter Dickinson in foul trouble when he isn't doing anything. And they recruit transfers who can shoot, then they get to Kansas and can't shoot. That just isn't a good formula for success. It was a 5-point game with like 5 minutes left, and they finished it out as a 17-point loss. KJ Adams, what the hell? 4 points, 4 assists, 6 rebounds. He was kind of active early, but Hunter Dickinson, 6 points, 8 rebounds. Man, he just simply is not capable of being effective on the floor against an elite Iowa State, against an elite opponent like Iowa State. Man, they completely erased him, and I think they led and really controlled them, really controlled most of the game, and their big three of Hunter Dickinson, DeJuan Harris, KJ Adams combined to make 7 baskets. So, at least I think so. Hunter Dickinson just isn't a good player, man. It's not tough. DeJuan Harris, 8 points, 7 assists, 3 rebounds. This guy's just useless, man. He can't shoot. If he does make one, you live with it, but he just isn't a guy that's going to cause any threat. Shaquille Moore, 4 points, 2 assists, 4 rebounds. Since coming to the starting lineup, he's provided defense, but he's just not doing anything offensively. Rylan Griffin, 7 points, 2 rebounds. Badunga, 6 points, 3 rebounds. AJ Stewart, 5 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. Since this guy's come in, he was a scorer at Wisconsin. Now he can't score for Kansas. Rylan Griffin hasn't done much. David Coit played 7 minutes, only had 1 rebound. And now they're 12-4. Iowa State's clearly the better team than Kansas right now, so they dropped 12-4. Outscored them in both halves. And Iowa State has not won a conference. They haven't won a conference regular season title since 2001, and that may change this year, man. I think they're going to win. Kansas' defense had been pretty good the last few games, and Iowa State put up 40 at the half. Curtis Jones has been kind of quiet all season, but tonight was really the game where he played great in the first half. But, yeah. That's really all to say. So, until next time, Malcolm, peace. I'll be back here for Georgia and Tennessee.